Hello everybody. I am here. I'm a little bit late and I'm gonna have to leave. Well, I guess we got about 3 hours to kill right now. I think that's how much time we've got. But that's fine, right? That seems like a good amount. I kind of lost a good chunk of time today watching one of my own videos. Because I started watching, I just kind of wanted to check it, you know? I like checking my own stuff every once in a while, just like kind of make sure, like, to see how I feel about it, I suppose. And I started watching the entire story of Dota 2. And as I started watching it, I'm like, wait, this is really interesting. Whoever wrote this really knows what's up. Here's what I'm building, by the way. I like to call this mono blue Reanimator. It is a bit of a weird one. We want to get rid of this. I do like the Gesker more. I think I'm getting rid of the Azor's Gateway. That's a card that's just not been performing well. I like everything else here. These are all very good. Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? I think Commit to Memory is actually just really bad for us. I don't like it whatsoever. So this is some card advantage. This is some random utility. It's actually more for win condition, I guess. I think it's a very neat card for our deck. So I like it for that reason. I want to add in a Gaia's Reach Sanitarium. How do you say that? Gaia's? I'm just gonna do it. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. I would like to add one of those. Tried the deck yesterday with my friends on Tabletop Sim and got the win. Wait, this one? You're just like randomly browsing through my things. Like, this is not a finished deck. This is very much some nonsense. Like, there's a bunch of cards in here that I don't think are very good. Like Scavenge Brawler, I've never managed to make this guy work. Or Soul of Nephyrexia, I've never managed to make that work either. So, you know, like, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on this deck yet. But it does play nice, I think. I think there's definitely some things in here that just, like, make it feel really cool when you get it going. So I want to add... What did I want to add? Just took the first deck on your page. Well, I mean, that's fun. I wanted to check for cards that, like, oh, whenever... Discard you. What do we have? Alright, I'm gonna need to be more specific, I think. Whenever you discard... Is there a budget for this? I think it's like at 60 bucks or something right now, like that right now. Yeah, I think Containment Construct makes a lot of sense in this deck. That's the card I wanted. I don't like this one very much. Don't like this very much. Don't like this very much. This is kind of neat. You make Power Stone tokens, but like I can only... Can't really do that much of that. Okay, well that's fine. We've got one card, that's fine. That fits into our criteria. What was there was a clone enchantment. That was CMC 6, I believe. It's a copy. Otak copy. Yeah, there we go. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token as a copy for another target non-permanent you control. So the interesting thing about this is, if we were to manage to turn this... I kind of like this. I don't think it actually fits that well, though. I've just been looking for a home for this card, but I don't think it fits that well. But it's nice to have some extra enchantments, I guess. And for mono blue cards to pull from graveyard. I want blue cards to pull from graveyard. I don't want to do some random artifact stuff. I want blue cards specifically that care about the graveyard, right? I wonder what there is even just if I look for that. Yeah. Let's see. This one is kind of a fun inclusion with Gef's Grimoire. But I don't know if I want to sacrifice life. Escape? What else there? Like, be specific. No, I don't want to shuffle my graveyard away, right? That's bad. This one is fun, but it just doesn't, like, actually... Like, if it targeted our graveyard, it would be more appropriate. Malevolent Hermit is fun. I think I like Mirror Hole Mimic. Ooh, this is like the other card that I was looking for, except it fits into our theme. Oh, that's exciting. That's always great. This one I think is maybe okay, but we don't play that many instants and sorceries. Like, the deck is really focused around permanence, so I don't think this one actually makes that much sense. Torrential Gearhulk is very, very nice. I like it a lot. But again, we're not actually that heavy on instants and sorceries. I've been really enjoying Shoreline Looter. It's a very, very cool card. Just that blue cares a lot more about what our opponent's graveyards have than it cares about ours. Well, this is an interesting one. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1 mana for each card in your graveyard. And it's got Madness. How do we trigger the Madness at instant speed? That's a tricky thing, right? Like, we would need something that, like, we can tap some sort of effect to loot at instant speed. Can we do that right now? Is that a thing? I don't know why this card is in here. I think this card goes. It doesn't fit into the theme. It was one of those cards I was testing. I think this one I don't like so much. Netherhole? Netherhole I think actually makes a lot of sense for this deck. Like, Netherhole fits, right? I just don't like that Netherhole is $6. That's the part I don't like about Netherhole. I think Sword of the Animist is also just kind of like not... It's very good, but it doesn't really fit into what else we're doing with this deck. How many? We've got 24 creatures, 10 instants. It's a very, like, even distribution, which is kind of interesting. I need looting then. I need more looting. I think it's a very interesting card. I don't know if we can actually use it though. This is similar. Is this not the same card? Instead of Madness, it has Cycling? Cycling seems a lot better. Yeah, this card is just too expensive for me. Oh, it's spending 26 euros on it. I'm looking for something that kind of like... Frantic Search. No, Frantic Search just kind of doesn't do anything. Like, I'm looking for cards that allow me to play from the graveyard or use the graveyard. We'll Startle Awake. No, this is just like a mill thing, right? This is useless. Basically, I'm trying to play from the graveyard. That's what it comes down to, right? I'm trying to be a mono blue Reanimator. I've been putting together a bunch of decks. Like, I've kind of set myself a bit of a personal goal. Where I know there's people that are like, you know, like they're doing the 32 quest challenge or 32 deck challenge or whatever. Where they build a deck for every color combination. I don't want that. I think that's too many. But I would like to have a monocolored deck of each color. And I want to make sure that they're all really, really cool. Now, I already have really cool green decks, so I don't need any help there. And I don't know what I'm doing with white, red, or black, because I haven't found a commander that I found inspiring in those colors. But I really like Kiora the Rising Tide. I think Kiora the Rising Tide is just a super cool card that's very interesting. And so I just kind of wanna use that. Recall? What do you mean? Ancestral Recall? Hercules Recall? You mean just this? Wait, this is awful. This seems like a really bad card. It's literally just like going negative on cards. No. We don't want to go negative on cards. That's how you lose. This is kind of an interesting one. Waco of Waves. 7 mana, 7/7. You discard it to like do a little look at something, throw some cards away. And then it's just like a 7/7. I actually really like this card. I mean, this card is kind of shit, but like I can see it being okay. Is Mass Diminish in the deck? No. Does it have flashback? It does have flashback. I just don't like this card very much. But we can try it. I'm fine with giving that a try. I don't like this card very much, because this is one of those cards where I read it and I feel like it does nothing. And every time I've seen somebody play this, it was kind of like, ugh. I don't know. I guess it time walks one player, but this is the kind of card where I feel like it just doesn't actually like win you the game. This one is cool. Escape. But exiling 5 cards from our graveyard is a heavy cost. Alright, what mechanics exist that care about the graveyard? There's escape. It's just only Skyway Robber. The problem is that it's base power. Yeah, I mean, the thing is it won't really prevent damage, but it will kind of prevent your opponent from just like killing you with like effects. Which is more often what they're trying to do with their creatures, right? But it also just like doesn't really help that much. Like this is one of those cards where I feel like it doesn't really do anything. So I don't like it for that reason. Fool's Demise. When an enchanted creature dies, return a card to the battlefield under your control. It's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand. This is a fun card, but I think this is the wrong deck for it. Because what you want to do with this is you want to enchant your opponent's stuff. And then you want to kill your opponent's stuff, right? Then it's okay. Then it's a fine rate at 5 mana. But if you're just using this as a reanimate on your own stuff, this feels too slow, doesn't it? I think it's a really cool card though. I like it. I just think this is the wrong deck for it. Alright. Alright, Encore. We already have this guy. I think this one's kind of funny, but 7 mana is just too much. These kind of do nothing. Rebound. Rebound doesn't go into the graveyard though, does it? Create a copy of something, except it isn't legendary. I kind of want to play this guy. I'm actually going to just add this guy in as a Solemn. This is just a Solemn Simulacrum. Escape Dredge. Dredge is interesting. I hadn't even considered. There's no Dredge cards. There are no blue Dredge cards. Unearth. We have this guy. I think this one is kind of funny, but it's probably not worth it. I already have the one Unearth card that makes sense. And we have a bunch of Disturbed cards. I kind of want to play Mischievous Catgeist. I think I might be okay with Mischievous Catgeist. When this enters, draw a card and discard a card. So that's already okay. When it attacks, draw a card and discard a card. What's the Disturb cost? 4 mana? This one seems okay. What is this? As long as it's attacking alone. Backside is just a 1/2 with flying. I kind of like this one. The Overwhelm Archivist. That's a pretty neat one. I mean, I feel like I should play Malevolent Hermit. It's just such a good card. It's so good. The only problem with Malevolent Hermit is that it's really good for protecting your interaction, but like this deck doesn't play that many instants and sorceries. So like because we don't play many things that our opponents, or like this deck doesn't really play many. I guess it's okay. Makes it so our opponents can't counter our. I'm okay with it. I already got Shoreline Looter. Shoreline Looter is legitimately the MVP in this. Alright, let's do a little Otak loot. This Frantic Surge, Ledger Shredder is just too expensive. I'm now building a version of this deck that I want to build IRL. Like, I want to have this card as a real deck. So I'm kind of being really picky with like what I include, because some cards are just too expensive and I don't think they are worth it. Malcolm is a god. I love Malcolm. It's just a looter. But I don't think we want just a looter. We do need to actually be active. Like, that's important here. We need to be active. We need to be doing stuff. Do I care about the backside of this? It's a pretty easy flip. Can you just print out the cards instead of buying them? Sure, could. But I do enjoy the collecting part of the game. Right? Like, if you want to proxy your stuff, if you proxy your whole decks, I have zero problems with that. Like, I think that's fine. That's absolutely a reasonable choice to make. And I think if you just say, well, what's the difference? You know, like, whatever. Like, does it really matter that they're real cards? To me, it does. If it doesn't matter to you, then that's fine. I don't see a problem with that. I wouldn't put Abhorrent Oculus in this deck if I didn't get one as a reward. Abhorrent Oculus would be a great addition to this deck, I think. It would be absolutely fantastic. Problem is, I don't own one, and it's 26 euros, and I'm not gonna buy one. It's too expensive. That's just not happening. I have an Overlord of the Flood Pits. I can take it out of my Genku deck and put it in here, because it's honestly not that good in the Genku deck. So I am fine taking it out of the Genku deck and putting it into this one instead. Wizards. Do we play Wizards? Sometimes you just end up with like these funny, like I have 5 Phyrexians for some reason. But no, 1 wizard. Alright, so no wizards. No wizard. But yeah, I don't know. I think this card is just super cool. I really like Kiora. Heriostrix is a neat card. Because it's like, it's a mana sink. In a way that's like really, really easy to incorporate into gameplay. I like Kaito. I got Kaito in a different deck right now, though. He doesn't really fit into that deck, though. Like, I have a Kaito. I have it in a different deck. Maybe he makes more sense here? Interesting. I'm a little open to the possibility, I guess. 3 mana is just kind of a clunky spot. No, I think this actually doesn't work that well in this deck. I'll keep it in the other one. I don't think we go super wide with this. I don't like these very much. Which card are you talking about? Hour of Eternity. Exile X target creature cards from a graveyard. For each card exile this way, create a token that's a copy of the card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. That's kind of funny. But I don't think we play enough creatures that really are like super good. Everflowing Well. I already got Everflowing Well. Everflowing Well is amazing. Love Everflowing Well. Do I? Yeah, here, the Everflowing Well. I think this is just an amazing card. Alright, you know what? I think we've kind of like modified this enough. Let's read out this really quick. So, take out one of the islands really quick. We've got 7 cards that we want to include. So we got a couple of cards that gotta go. Spellgyre, Reality Shift. Reality Shift seems kind of bad, but like I do need some interaction, right? Like literally anything would be good. I've got the Smuggler's Copter here. Moon Circuit Hacker is nice. Onctus is actually really cool. Consider. I don't think I need Consider. I added these just as ways to fill up my graveyard a bit quicker, but like I think I'm getting to the point where the deck does that itself. I don't need Serum Visionary either. Alright, we add Mischievous Cat, guys, because I think it is adorable and I love it. And I will add it. I'm not gonna add Mass Diminish, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's that good. Extravagant Replication we remove as well. We found a better version of it. There's my Mischievous Catgeist. Hold on there. So this is card advantage, this is card advantage. But Mischievous Catgeist also plays from the grave, which is nice. This is a finisher. That also... We wanted this because it allows us to discard cards. Do we care about that actually? But I think it's just a card that fits into the deck. Like, I actually don't feel like I need that much justification for Nesahol here. Because Nesahol just seems like he fits to me. Like, I think it's a very nice fit. Thematically. Animatus Augury doesn't really fit, but like, that's okay. I think it's nice because we play such a broad selection of different types. And I think in that way it does fit thematically. Because this is definitely a blue deck that goes very broad in its selection of cards. And I think we can appreciate that with an Animatus Augury. We liked this one. 3 mana, draw a card, discard a card. But I mostly like the backside of it. Which lets us loot whenever it attacks. Ah, this actually doesn't seem that good anymore, does it? Alright, we add in a Circular Logic. Right, we put that here. Which does work with Nesahol. So we have some sort of reason for it now. We have this one. I want to add this. I'm adding this entirely as mana. And I kind of want to take out the Sword of the Animist. Even though it is very good. I think it just doesn't have anything to do with the deck, so I'm taking it out. That's my main problem with it. I think it's just like got absolutely nothing to do with what the rest of the deck wants to do. So I don't like it. I'm gonna keep these in because I think they're cute. And I still haven't had a chance to try them out. There's the Hermit, Wake of Waves. We don't need Countervailing Winds. We can move that away. This one I think is a bit weak. Alright, let's add these two. We're at 100. Let's export this. And give me one moment. I'll log into MTGO really quick. Put some mutate, make the token made from Kiora become non-legendary. No, the idea is I play a mirror box so that the token can become non-legend. Oh, well, so that it doesn't matter that the token is legendary. That's the idea. I haven't tried Pocket, no. seems good. I have no strong feelings on it. Alright, I also... I got my quests here for Friday Night Magic tonight. There's a couple of them that I have left over that are Christmas themed. I think I'll take those out. I don't think we need the Christmas themed ones. Unless, you know, they're very softly Christmas themed. Winter theme is still okay. Nah, but holiday dinner, nah, whatever, we'll get rid of this one. There we go, we've got these still. So I'll throw these out. And I've printed some new quests for tonight. Alright, it's import, clipboard, mono blue, reanimator. I want this to be a commander deck, okay. It's complaining about something. What is it complaining about? Oh, change of plans doesn't exist. What do we play instead of change of plans? I do like having something that, like, lets us protect our stuff. Do you guys have an idea for a card that's just like a protection spell? I can delete this one. Alright, well, we gotta remove change of plans. Just add Ristic Study. Maybe? Is there anything here that makes sense? No, Flicker is too fast, right? We want Blink. No, it's all the same. I mean, we just need literally anything. What's show up? Nah, it's only one. No, I don't like that. Let's maybe just play like, let's just play a Consuming Tide. Just play a Consuming Tide. Consuming Tide is good. Time Twist? This? No. This is okay, yeah. Alright, let's go with that. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can find a game. Let's join this one then. Yeah, so I've been kind of like doing a bunch of different things right now. Like this morning at least. I've got, in case you don't know this, but I run my local Friday Night Magic at my local game store. And for our Friday Night Magic, the way it works is we have this quest system, which encourages players to do, you know, take a very casual approach to the game. By just kind of doing some silly things. And just kind of like rewards you for playing, not for winning. Which I think is important for Commander. And it's just a way to make it all seem a bit more special and make it a bit more of an event. You know what I mean? So what I do is I put together these little quest sheets. And I hand them out at the start of the evening, and then everybody has something to do, if that makes sense. Can you collab with Commander Replay? I have no idea what that is. Is that a different channel, I suppose? Commander Replay. Oh yeah, it is a channel. Hasn't no, just uploaded actually. I mean, I am not opposed to doing collabs with people, but I do need a reason to do a collab, if that makes sense. Or like a goal, I guess? I don't know. Something. Oops. Alright, I didn't want to cut that there, but I guess I did. My bad. Ugh, now I fucked up. Alright. I do need to reach out to some channels. I would like. I think it would be fun to like maybe. Oh, sorry. My bad. My bad. I am perfectly happy with my hand. We've got a looter, which is something that we're always happy about. We get to just kind of chill with that for a little while. What kind of quest? For example, here's what like a sheet looks like. Just read this one out. This one says, cast a spell from a graveyard, spend mana that wasn't produced by a land or artifact, control a permanent you don't own, play 2 sorceries in the same turn, play a card with a higher mana value than you have lands, and use something unusual to represent a token. And what I have is I have a list of quests. I think I currently have around 140 different ones, 140 unique quests, and I randomize it at the start of every, or like I randomize it when I put together these sheets, and I always add new ones to them. I remove old ones that people didn't like, and then we just play with them. Every quest that you fulfill increases your odds of winning additional booster packs at the end of the night. At the end of the night, I'm doing a little raffle where people can win additional booster packs. Come on, MTGO, you can do it. My quest every game is cast-ristic study. My quest every game is to kick you out of the game store. I will smack you over the head. Ristic study? Study my fist. Sorry, no. Oh, man. I think we just play... Oh, Howling Mine. Oh, wow. We're gonna have so many cards. Oh, I wanted to check if there are cards that make all players loot. That gotta exist, right? Other cards that are similar to Gaia Reach Sanitarium. You pay the 1 for kicking him out. Genuinely, if it comes to playing against Ristic Study, I just treat it as a stacks piece. Like, if you play against me, if you put down Heuristic Study, you will never, ever, ever draw a card from it. Just will never happen. The only exception to this rule is if I can kill it immediately, but then that would result in a card draw, in which case I will kill it immediately and I will give you the card draw. I'm not happy about it, but I will do it. Do we play Search for Ascanta or the Looter? What do you guys think? Wow. Wow, this is just being... Come on. Play. Alright, MTGO. It's a great piece of software. I think we played a Search for Ascanta. Because then we just have that in play, and it is the more valuable piece long term, because it does flip into a land eventually. I hope that it was clear though with the video that I made yesterday, that I uploaded yesterday. Like I really tried to be very, very clear about this. Is that Ristic Study is just an example, right? And there were some people in the comments that put it into great, great words. Like my problem I have with playing cards like that. Where somebody I think said that it's just like kind of makes it so I don't know what to expect from you, right? Like you've built your deck with 10 overpowered cards and the rest of it is shit. So do I go kill you now or don't I? Like how do I attack? How do I deal with you? I don't know. The game isn't... Like I don't have the appropriate information. And because I don't have the appropriate information, all I can really do is kill you. Can I also say one thing? There are people, and it's an argument I've seen often, like a handful, well, only a small number, but like still, the argument was made, which is just like, oh, but you use the strong cards to make the weak cards playable. And to that I say, get good at deck building, frankly speaking. That's ultimately all I can say, is get good. And I mean that kind of in a loving way, to be honest, because I had the same argument, I had the same attitude for a while. But then I got good at deck building and then my attitude changed, because I was like, no, I actually don't need the overpowered cards to make the bad cards work. That is just not necessary. Ooh, Kodama's Reach. Everybody's ramping. I'm not a huge fan of the Thought Vessel. Oh my god, guys. I'm currently on a journey to find the best card draw in Commander. And I found it. That's not true. I don't know. I have a card that I've fallen in love with, and that is Gef's Grimoire. And I'm pretty confident that Gef's Grimoire is actually just an amazing card. Now, in case you aren't familiar with Gef's Grimoire says whenever an opponent discards a card, you may draw a card. Now, obviously this card is amazing in decks that want to discard, right? I don't think we want this. Okay, we draw an additional card. So I've got like just way too much shit here, right? Way too much, way too much. But do I play Kiora? What am I doing? I've got 3 mana. 3 mana is kind of an awkward amount. I kind of want to play a card from hand because otherwise I'm discarding. But I think I'm discarding no matter what I do. I could play the treasure map. Yeah, let's just kind of ramp, I guess. And I will immediately use it, so I don't have to, like, keep mana up and worry about all of that shit. Explorer's Scope. Oh, I like that one, actually. I want to keep that. I think that's a really interesting one with the Looter, with the Kiora. I think there's some interesting stuff we can do with this. Anyway, so I've been playing Gef's Grimoire, and now you might say, okay, well, I mean, the card is obviously good if you play a discard deck. And I'm just like, no, I'm not playing it in discard decks. I'm just playing it in generic decks that have absolutely zero ways of making my opponents discard. And can I say It's been amazing. Like, it's been genuinely incredibly good. I played it yesterday a bunch. And across the, like, I don't know how many games did I play yesterday. A whole bunch. I played a whole bunch of games. And across all the games that I played, I think I didn't draw a card with it in one game. Across like 4 games. So in one game it was bad. And in the other games, it legitimately ended up drawing me like 15 cards. And the trick is that in nearly every single scenario, in nearly every match, there's just a really high chance somebody plays something that will let them discard. Like, for example, right now, you see how our opponent just played a Frantic Surge? That would trigger a Guess Grimoire. But also, it's just stuff like, you know, an opponent having too many cards in hand and needing to discard down at the end of turn. That also triggers Guess Grimoire. So it's really been a card that I've just been putting into a lot of decks to test it. It is in this deck right now. This deck has a Guess Grimoire in it. But I'm thinking with this one, I might even be able to play a little bit of synergy. So I've started including, my current theory is Guess Grimoire plus Gaia's Reach Sanitarium. Because you know what, like, sure, you will not have both cards all the time, but occasionally you do. And then Gaia's Reach Sanitarium becomes a 2-mana tap to draw 3 cards. Or like, I guess, draw 4, discard 1. And that's actually kind of insane, right? Alright, friends. Quests are ready. What is our opponent doing here anyway? Sorry, I am not paying attention. What does this do? Whenever land you control enters from anywhere other than your hand, or you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, create a 3/3 red spawn. Okay, and this is playing Abaddon the Despoiler. During your turn, spells you cast from your hand with mana value X or less have Cascade, where X is the total amount of your life your opponent's lost this turn. And we just got hit by a random Bolt Wave for no reason. Okay, sure, whatever. Kinaios and Tyro of Meletis. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Each player may put a land card from the hand onto the battlefield, and each opponent who didn't draws a card. I think I would rather ramp, right? Put the island into play. Although if I draw right now, what do I do? Next turn, Looter Ilkor, Treasure Map, and the thing. I think I'm actually... No, we gotta put lands into play. There's a Howling Mine. No. With the Howling Mine, putting lands into play gotta be the priority, right? Like, for sure. Because we're gonna be drawing just a lot of cards. I need a spooky command of all mana colors in its identity. Can I say, I actually, like, I am a big fan of playing garbage commanders, or commanders that are just, like, not that impressive. I mean, I keep saying that, right? I like playing commanders that are not essential to their decks. Because one of the problems I see is when somebody plays one of those really scary commanders, like let's say somebody throws down a Mirim, the game just becomes about stopping that person from playing. Right? It just comes down to like, well, we need to kill Mirim every time it hits the board. And that's just like not that interesting. I'm not a big fan of that. Fort Vessel. Come on. Not mine. Not mine. What's it going for? Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Fort Vessel would have been better, but that's okay too. I'm gonna get hit. Oh, I didn't get hit. Why not? It's got vigilance. You guys gotta attack more. Alright, so we know what's on top of the deck. Yeah, I would like to keep this on top. As I already said. I think this is actually a cool card here because we can scry stuff on top. Actually, I guess it's going to be kind of tricky to use. Nah, we get to do it at least once. And if not, I just wanted to try it out. I think it's just a neat card. Alright, we'll play an island. Formatic Compass might also be alright. So we definitely need to start putting things on the board, right? I'm gonna assume this is still in play, so I can actually spend 5 mana. Right, like I'm just gonna assume this stays in play until the end of my turn. Or like until the end of their turn. Oh, there's my guest Grimoire. Alright. What are we ditching? I don't think we need the Dreamscape Artist. And the whole point of the Mirror Hole Mimic is that we play it from the graveyard, right? So we'll put that there. All right. Oh my god, there's a Weed of Fate coming. We're going to be able to draw infinity cards. Oh, that's very funny, isn't it? That's very funny. By the way, how did you guys like that last video? So, I know there was a bit of a time gap, but basically, we made the video that people didn't like as much, which was like the you know, don't play these cards, or 3 types of cards, or whatever, 3 deck building mistakes. That video with the 2 doors, right, where people got mad about 2 doors. I made that video. And we just kind of like made that video to test a style of recording, a style of actually producing videos. And to be honest, I don't think that's a good video. I don't like it very much. I might even delete it at some point. Not because I'm like ashamed of what I say. I do agree with the points that are being said. I just think I didn't communicate them very well. So either way, the point is that I think we could have done a better job there. But the main goal of that video was mostly just to try and find a way of making videos. And now, with the most recent video, with the with the 2-door video, the problem, I literally slapped that together. Like, I slapped that together in like 2 hours. Because we were falling behind, things weren't working, and we were just kind of like, okay, let's just do something. Let's just try something. So I tried something. But, you know, again, I don't think it worked super well. And so, but the recording method worked. So for the next video, for the one that we uploaded yesterday, that is done in the same way, in the same style of recording, but instead of taking, you know, 45 minutes to try to get the video done, like to just kind of get something out the door, I actually sat down and I prepared. Like, I spent probably 6 hours recording for that thing. I spent, you know, even more time trying to kind of like figure out some sort of logic to everything I was saying. Because I thought it was kind of a complicated topic, to be honest. Ooh, Council of 4. Somebody's going to be drawing a lot of cards. So cards do not play video, that is. I think, again, what I say in the video is fine. I don't disagree with my statements. I just think I could have presented them better. That's ultimately my problem with the video. I kind of like this. We can like... I need to find lands, right? Yeah, I gotta find lands. This goes on the bottom. I just think we could have done a better... I could have done a better job with the arguments. It's not, again, it's not that I disagree with the statements. I don't think you should be playing generic 2-doors. And the important thing that I think I needed to communicate better there is that I feel like you're just going to have more fun if you don't. Like, that's what I'm ultimately just trying to say, is I'm not saying that you shouldn't be playing these because they're overpowered. I don't really give a shit about that. Like, I don't care how strong they are. Like, what are you? Some sort of Sword Lord? Like, whatever. But I do think that you shouldn't be playing them because they're boring. They're going to make for less interesting gameplay for you. I want you to have fun. You know what I mean? So we probably use the treasure map in our upkeep. One play generic to this in CEDH. I find it irritating. And sorry, this is not meant to be an attack at you. It's just something that like I bring up. It's just something that like you reminded me of right now, right? I don't mean this directed at you. Something I've noticed is like when I make an argument for Commander, people will then be like, ah, but in CEDH. And anytime somebody says that, I just want to smack him. Because I'm like, who gives a shit? Like, I cannot imagine something less relevant than what is going on in CEDH when I'm talking about casual Commander. Right? Like, it just does not matter? This goes into our graveyard. We will scry here. I think CEDH is like fundamentally a different format from Commander. Like genuinely just a different game. Do I want to play Unctus? If I play Unctus, I can hit my... I think I'm keeping Unctus actually. Because if I play Unctus, I can actually get my... Oh no. Ah, no, I don't think I can. Ah, I was hoping I could get my my Tentacle Man, my Octopus, but I don't think I'm getting my Octopus. Alright, draw some cards, buddy. Okay, so we have a bunch of cards we can play from the graveyard. I will play our island, that's for sure. Mirrorhole Mimic is 5 mana to disturb. I've got 6 here, I've got 5. I could... Nah, it's not enough actually, never mind. I could play just an Animatus Augury. Just like fucking throw that down. But I think I'm still chilling. I'm gonna play Guess Grimoire. Yeah, no, the way I look at it is it's just like CDH is a completely different game, right? Like... You might as well be telling me about what's going on in competitive Pokemon. I'm sure it's interesting, it's just not relevant. I enjoy competitive Pokemon, I am glad to hear about it. But if I am talking about, you know, if I'm sitting over here and I'm talking about Commander, and then you tell me what's happening in competitive Pokemon and that somehow has any influence on that, I just think we have a fundamental disagreement on how these two things are related. Alright, I'm just gonna play the Formatic Compass to flip it. Make your night, buddy. One sec, I gotta check what's my Discord. Alright, just some stuff over there. Okay. So I'm definitely attacking with the Looter. But I think that's the only thing I'm attacking with, right? Do we ever use the Formatic Compass? How many stacks does this have? Is this hitting now? It's got 3 now. We're still plenty far away. Who's got the most life? I mean, I think this guy is actually looking the scariest though. So I'm just gonna hit there. It's just 1 damage, who cares? I'm just kind of considering if I want to use the Formatic Compass to get a basic land out of my deckyard now. I feel like that's a reasonable thing to do at this point. But I don't know if we need to be honest. I think we might be okay. Okay. White mana, fucking Sword Sing my looter? Talking about Cash Commander bringing up CDH is completely irrelevant since they're basically 2 different games. Exactly, right? It's like one of those things where it's just like, I'm sure that the points you're saying are true, but it is just not actually relevant. And I don't care. I just started working on a video. I don't know if you guys are interested in it. Maybe you can tell me if this sounds interesting to you, but wait, what was the title of it? Let me check really quick what title I gave it. Where did I put it? Oh man, I got so many things here. There it is. How my surprise deck won my first CEDH tournament. The next time a source would deal damage, prevent that damage? Wait, you just used deflecting poem on my looter? That's hitting you for 1? Huh? What? I guess... Fuck me, I guess. I don't know. I don't even have anything to say about that. I don't even know if that's just like a Giga Chat play. I gotta be honest. We transform the Formatic Compass. Well, that was a play. I am utterly confused. I guess maybe the Oblivious... Okay, here's my theory. I think that they might be looking to just take cards out of their hand so I don't get to draw with my Guest Grimoire. Which means the Guest Grimoire is working. It's making people play around it. Oh, I love the Guest Grimoire. It's so good. Actually, the best. Not sure it's worth it to crack the treasures for a land. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like tricky, right? Because if I crack the treasures for a land, I would be able to put that land into play. Like, I would be able to ramp with it. Now I'm missing a ramp from this. And I don't know, maybe it would have been worth it, but it is fine. So there's a 5/5 with trample. Oh, come on. You could have attacked somebody else. No, I will use this. Do we throw Kiora in front of this? Just out of pure spite? Or is are we gonna let our opponent cascade for free? I mean, cascade 3 mana is just not that big of a deal, I think. You can deal 3 damage to me. You're all afraid of Guest Grimoire. They are terrified, as they should be. This is the best card. I play no way to make my opponents discard. I want to clarify this again, right? I have no way of making our opponents discard, but I don't need it. Why would I need that? They'll discard stuff by themselves. The one downside of Guest Grimoire is that it's a card so weird that people see it and they freak out a little bit. That's definitely a disadvantage. I think next turn we're just using Reanimator's augury, right? Oh, Jesscasville. Oh, ha ha ha, look at me. I figured out that the broken card is broken. Invasion of Innistrad. Oh yeah, you guys fight each other, that's fine with me. Mana drain. These people. Hey, I'm not doing anything. Well, that's a big stack. It's actually kind of impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Do you have any thoughts on battles? I have a thought on battles, right? And that is that I think we're going to eventually see a battle that's a defense. Like, that's coming, right? 100%. Right now, we only have sieges, which are battles that you attack yourself. But they are eventually going to be battles that are defenses. And a defense battle will be one that you put down on the board that then you have to keep alive, and it has beneficial effects while it's on the board. It's basically just the passive, like just a planeswalker with only a passive component. We are going there, right? Like, for sure. I've only bought cards for one deck for the last 5 years. Why? I guess, I mean, if it's just your favorite deck. Can I say one thing that I also really want to do here, that I care a lot about? Is that I think, or like, I want our channel here to be one of positivity. So what that means is, I know that a popular thing to do in the Magic space is to complain about Wizards. And while there are definitely things that Wizards can be critiqued for, and I'm not telling you I won't critique them at all. I'm not gonna be a channel that is just complaining the whole time. You know what I mean? Oh, right now everything has Giga Cascade, I see. What does this do? Is this like some sort of infinite? No, it's only once per turn. Whenever you cast a spell, you may put it on the bottom of its owner's library. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then put all revealed cards not cast this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. Sure. What's this? Corruption from permanents with protection from permanents with corruption counters. And you can put corruption counters. Ah. Alright. Sure, do your thing. Been upgrading the deck for 23 years. I mean, I sure hope it's good, my guy. Can you imagine upgrading a deck for 23 years and it's terrible? 5 damage to target creature. What is your problem with my looter? People are just actually terrified of the looter. There's just a deep fear that everybody has over this looter. Alright, have we made it past this turn? Very good. Always yield. Always yield. Alright, kill the Ristic Study for us, please. I think even though I talked earlier about how I always pay for Ristic Study, I might not pay for Ristic Study. And that's just because I want my opponent to have a shit ton of cards in hand. So that they discard. Wait, no, this guy has a Fort Vessel. Never mind. Pay for it. I'll yield to this. I don't need to worry about that. Can I also always yield to this? No, not yet. I haven't actually built a proper new deck in a while as well. Like a deck that I actually went and bought all of the cards for and like I'm planning on keeping permanently. I really like the Aragorn deck that I made a video about. I think it's a very cool deck, but I didn't end up like actually building it properly because I already have a very similar deck and I didn't want to have like the same deck twice, if that makes sense. Going to Chicago. Oh man, I would love to. I would love to, but it's just too far away and I can't afford that. Alright, we're not paying for Ristic Study, it seems. Very good. Alright. See, this is the problem with it. I just don't actually have all that much I can do though. Anyways, but this deck that I'm building here right now, this is a deck that I'm honestly like I'm thinking I'm pretty likely to actually buy and like play IRL. Because I think it's just cool. It's just a cool deck. This deck was your budget 6 deck. Well, I mean, I have 6 as well. 6 is sick. Hey, I got a guy. Thanks for the spirit. Oh, you've got to be my swag. You better be paying for the Ristic Study, Dom. There you go. If the player's opponent has 4 more cards in hand and deals 2 damage to that player. Okay. I mean, I don't think that seems like a particularly good card. Kills people in 20 turns, let's go. Alright, we gotta do something about this soon. I mean, I was just slamming an augury and seeing what happens was my plan. Yeah, do your thing, buddy. Alright. Are we attacking? Come on. What you got those knights for? Just run them into something. Oh, come on, people. Ugh. What is it with commander players and their refusal to ever attack anybody? Alright, draw your cards, my guy. I don't have a land to put onto the battlefield, unfortunately. I could yield to this as well, right? Alright, this guy has 10 cards in hand now. And you guys know what that means. You know what that means. For fun commanders to concepts and look up fun decks, it's just OP decks I can't afford. It really comes down to what you like. Like, the thing is, like, I am happy to help you out, and I think I can help you, but currently you're not giving me enough information to be able to answer your question, right? Like, what do you consider fun? What is, do you have a color that you prefer? Do you have a playstyle that you prefer? I'm taking that you're looking for like your more casual power level, so that's fine. We can build for that. All right, we did it. We drew a card. But it's just not that simple, right? Like you need to give me more information. And I'm happy to help. Ha! Guys, look at this. Look at it. How wonderful. I would like to draw a card, yes. Oh, I love the guest grimoire so much. My current deck, Wooburg and Chance. I like slow but snowbally jank. I mean, like, I feel like this is like you. Sorry, this has not given me much information, right? I'm like, well, what colors do you like? And you're like, well, Wooburg. And I'm like, okay. I guess Eldrazi's are out then. Something I always like to do is I like to build a range of decks, right? So for me personally, I try to have decks that are varied and all behave a bit differently. So I have like a really slow mill deck. I have a Hydra deck that's all about Giga ramping and I'm playing enormous Hydras. I've got this really low to the ground Flyers deck that like doesn't ramp at all, but instead just plays a land each turn, plays Flyers and smacks you. I like having a bit of a range. Yeah. I guess one thing that I do have though is that I always kind of try to win in the same way. I always try to just punch people in the face until they did. Well, go ahead, do your thing. Nice, good job. Thank you. I enjoy having a white board presence that generates value over time, particularly in green or blue majority colored decks. A white board presence that generates value over time. Ooh, you know, like there's a deck that I've been thinking about building that I really like the commander of. Which is Jaheira, Friend of the Forest. Which is just a command. It's a 2/3 that has a background. And says tokens you control have tap, add a blue. Oh, sorry, add a green. I think this is such a cool card. I really like this card. What's this coming for? Alright, that seems fine, yeah. Because, like, you just go, like, for, like, a go-wide board and then use your tokens to just create mana. You create value that way. I mean, you can, like, there's a background. Sorry. Huh? Oh. There we go. There's like Inspiring a Leader, which creature token you control get +2/+2, which is also just a super chill background because it like immediately gets you the value that like immediately lets you kind of act as an overrun. Ivy, Gleeful, Spell Thief. No, Ivy sucks. This is kind of so annoying. I'm not an Ivy enjoyer. Okay, there's a Fibblefib. I think Fibblefib is gonna go into our graveyard. Goodbye, buddy. Spirited Companion Fibblefib. Spirited Fibblefib. Ooh, Gaia reached down a Dario. We did it! Oh my god, friends. We got a Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Oh, I'm so excited. This is now free mana, draw free. Oh, that is actually so good. Alright, so let's play the Gaia Reach. Do you think? I'm gonna go for an Augury, I think. Yeah, of course I'll pay for it. There's also another card that I like, which is this one, Kadira, Coda of the Small. I haven't built a deck with her, but I've been kind of wanting to. It's a 3/3 with Trample. It says when it deals combat damage for each token you control, create a 1/1 white rapid creature token. So it just kind of like makes a bunch of tokens. Alright, we'll tap the Treasure Cove. No, I want to pay for it. Huh? Yes, I would like to pay for it. Oh, this game is so slow. Alright. So we put a land into play. We'll put an... Do we put a Mystic Sanctuary? No, it doesn't matter. We'll put an island into play. We've got Spectral Deluge, which is something that I like. So, where's my pile? There's my pile. Okay, we found it. I think we start by casting Spectral Deluge. Just bounce everything. Get rid of your shit. Get rid of your shit. Get out of here. I would like to pay for the Ristic Study, yes. Although it doesn't even get rid of everything. Oh man, it doesn't even get rid of everything. That's annoying. Oh, if I had played this as an island instead. Oh man. It doesn't hit these two. They're too big. Their butts are too big. We've got asses that are just too massive. Ah, but now you've got the Witch Enchanter in hand again. Very good. No, I would not like to refute my own thing. No, thank you. Okay, so we have 7 cards in our graveyard now. 8 cards in our graveyard, actually. So I think we go into combat. And it is time to finally make a guy. Right? Look at us. We made a guy. How great is that? Okay. Okay, play this for free. I think I'm stacking my treasures now. I want to keep the spires. Do I need the spires? I actually don't need the spires, do I? I don't have enough mana to transform this. Ooh, I might. Alright, you're getting 1 card draw from me. Because this triggers, I put an island into play, I can transform it. And I have enough stuff, right? I have a creature. I've got an island. I actually don't have enough stuff. I actually do not have enough stuff. No, does this count? Does the backside of a card count for this? No, I cannot activate this. Okay. Alright, never mind then. Wait. Can I get there? There's an artifact? I think we do end up with a card. I do think we give one. Yeah. I think this time I'm not paying it. I know, bad behavior. It's just there is a really nice chance of me actually getting something that kicks a lot of ass here. I could... Wait, if I counter the Overlord, I guarantee it. This is so back, and I'm doing it. I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. Have heuristic study. No, I'm not paying. Do your thing. Alright, I am countering my own Overlord. Which importantly now lets me discard an artifact into the graveyard. And we've got it. I just don't have enough mana for it right now. But my opponent can fix that for us. Okay, I need to discard. I want to kind of keep the Dowsing Dagger. I think this Explorer's Scope is just not gonna get... No, let's get rid of Deep Analysis. Ooh, I maybe actually didn't need to counter my own thing. Maybe I went a little bit too hard there, but that's okay. How many are on there? There should still be one on there, right? Do your thing, buddy. So I think we might be dead on the Oblivious's Magus's turn. But if that's what happens, then that's just what happens, right? Happen to know the most cards you've drawn of Guest Grimoire. I mean, on Wednesday, I drew like 20 cards off of it. I'm not joking. I could have drawn more. I actually drew so many cards off of it that I needed to stop doing it because I was worried about milling out. I just got somebody leave a YouTube comment which is like, why do I get the feeling that Bombi moved from one game he hates to another game he hates? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, I really like Dota. I think Dota is great. And I also really like Commander. I just think that the discussions surrounding it are cool. This is something where I think I view Commander differently than a lot of people, because I feel like a lot of people online are kind of annoyed by the discussions surrounding the game, right? But I like them. I think they're cool. Like, it's part of the fun for me. But I've also just kind of made a bunch of videos now where I felt like I needed to make them because I wanted to explain what people can expect from me, right? Like, what is my thinking if it comes to this kind of stuff? And now that I've kind of like given this information, I am working on what I like to call garbage videos, which are videos that are just kind of less substantial on their content. What does this even do? Just gives Trample Haste Annihilator. I mean, I'm not doing anything. I'm okay with this. Intense discussion as well. I love multiplayer as opposed to 1v1. I just think it's interesting. I think the philosophy surrounding the game is interesting. Wait, why are you taking my... Okay, I guess whatever. Oh, you get one from each player. Oh, I thought only one from one player. Okay, one from each. Alright, do your thing. Wait, does that mean I get an end of turn trigger now? That would be kind of fun. Run all three into Tomo. Just annihilate all the lands. No, you gotta go for the Oblivious Magus, right? Oh, this is another steel thing. Whatever, don't care. Look, my entire plan here is just to slap down an island as soon as I can. Yeah, take my guy, whatever. I think you can even trigger Kiora, right? Yeah, you can even trigger Kiora here. Wait a second. Wait a moment. Wait, what? Hold on, what? What? Yeah, I guess I die. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about this? Why am I getting attacked by everything? Okay. I mean, I guess I just need to sacrifice a bunch of lands, right? We're just gonna bank on not needing this. Yeah, alright, there goes my Grimoire. No, I need the treasures. Okay, I am baffled that I am the target. This is such bad threat assessment. Yeah, sure, whatever. I guess I'll just sack out my lands. Like, what am I gonna do about it? Make a guy sacrifice the other one that's attacking. I mean, if you want to keep it, you actually do need to do that. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm blocking 3. Yeah, I guess I am just gonna block anything I can, right? What a strange choice of attack. Okay, I mean, it's kind of fine. It's just like, I am confused. Yes, I will put a thing into play. All right, I mean, that was a turn, I guess. I don't know what I did to deserve that. I feel like maybe I should have sacrificed another land instead of the Geth's Grimoire. Oh well. X is the number of cards in your hand -4. That's actually a funny card here. Yeah, I don't think I should have sacrificed the Geth's Grimoire, actually. Oh my god, rest in peace. I need to counter that. Well, that is actually game over for me. Rest in peace is just a death sentence. I mean, I need to counter this. But it does kill me because now I can't flip my my land here. Draw your card. I can't do anything about it. I mean, I need to at least try. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. I don't get why I got attacked. Okay, like, whatever. Yeah. I mean, the graveyard deck needs the graveyard. I don't know. It's the feel of mono blue. I don't know. I don't know. I'm genuinely a little bit salty about that. It's just like, it annoys me because I'm like, why would you attack me? It's not that I am, you know, like, I'm annoyed that I got attacked. I'm annoyed because it doesn't bother me that I got attacked. It bothers me that I'm clearly the way worse target to attack. Right? Like, so obviously the worst target. And now the player that clearly should have been attacked is just having the game of their life. So it's just kind of like, I mean, okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll just do this really quick so I don't have any more stuff I can do. Probably ditch the Explorer scope. We're not getting around to that. Alright, guys, I think the problem of MTGO is just, it's so slow. Like, things that should take, that should take 10 minutes, take half an hour on MTGO. I want to use the software, but it is unusable. It is so bad. Spell table for them in. Yeah, spell table just requires a setup. Yeah. I mean, it feels like we've been in this game forever. And like my timer's at 34 minutes, but it's not because I'm doing anything. It's just the game is so slow that it takes forever to do any, like to like pass my priority. And that all counts towards my time. I just play Cockatrice, but Cockatrice is like even uglier, which is actually kind of a work of art. Like, that is impressive. Tabletop Simulator work? No, Tabletop Simulator isn't great either. Spell Table is the best option. It's just kind of difficult to find players for it. Right? That's the main issue with Spell Table. I think Spell Table itself is totally fine. It's just kind of difficult to find players. Cockatrice is not uglier than this, not with the beta. Is there like, it's been like probably a year since I've last used Cockatrice. Has Cockatrice been gotten better? But the problem with Cockatrice is again that it kind of like requires active communication because you need to explain the cards and so on. Something I like about MTGO is that it's automated. Yeah, I mean, this guy just got everything, right? Like, infinity value. Fucking gonna hit me again, yeah, of course. I mean, why do anything else? I don't know what I did to these people. Alright, sorry, I already got annihilated and I couldn't flip my door. Just fucking punch me, I guess, right? I'm on the lowest life total. I guess, okay. I'll shuffle my graveyard away as well, but yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I would like to draw a card, I guess. I mean, I know this is coming for me. Alright, guys. GG, I guess. GG. I don't know what I can do about that, right? It's just like, okay. Y'all have targeted me down. You did it. Do we play here? Do we try another game? I mean, I'm kind of willing to give it another shot. You have a list of cards you will swap out for the considering section. No, because you're gonna go and add in some nasty shit that nobody's gonna have a fun time playing against, so you're gonna have to figure that out yourself. I ain't gonna help you put a confusion in the ranks into the deck. You do not get my blessing, you do not get my assistance. You're gonna need to figure that one out yourself, my friend. We spy building since 2 players on my pod make things unfun. Trust me, the correct answer to that is not to build a deck that isn't enjoyable. Alright, if you have people that are making the game not fun to play, you're not gonna make the game more fun by making it even less fun to play. Wait, I rolled a 5 and then I also rolled a 2. Fuck me, I guess. I got to roll twice, so I get a worse result. And we've got a bit of a curve here. Nice and relaxed. Oh, come on, guys. Why is this taking so long again? Oh, man. Okay. I just, like... we gotta stop using this software, right? It's just... Do you have any template which you use to start building your decks? No, not really. I just start. I'm building a Lycia life game +1/+1 deck. What's Lycia? Sanguine Tribune. Oh, I have this card. Okay. What amounts of cards the synergies of Lycia? I won't be surprised. I mean, like, my first thing when I go build a new deck, right, is I start looking for card draw. All right, red, green, black, Otak, card advantage, and then older EDH rack. Right, so we look for card advantage. And we see, like, you know, what's something that, like, has something to do with our theme, right? Like, life gain. Is life loss part of the theme? Maybe? Like losing life, gaining life, you can swing back and forth, that seems alright. Moldavine Reclamation. Oh, did I put the wrong... Oh yeah, red, green, blue. No, we red, red, white, black. Sorry, that's where we are. Alright, and I just kind of start looking for things that feel like they fit into our theme. Maybe we just use gain instead. Alright, it's been 5 minutes. So what are like cards that fit into a life gain deck that give card draw? Like Archivist of Ogma is maybe okay. Well of Lost Dreams is very cool. Twilight Prophet is very cool. You could actually play Archon of Cruelty. But you may notice that like it's actually not that many cards all of a sudden once you start narrowing it down a little bit. And I find that once you start, you know, looking for very specific things to fit into your theme, you don't actually have that huge a selection anymore. All right. I'm okay with this. To be honest, free plays might even be better for MTGO because it just like doesn't take as long. I don't really think that you need a template to really be playing like a lot of the things in Commander. It's just kind of like, you know, just throw some shit together, basically. Just tapping this so I don't have to keep passing manually. What am I gonna do with 1 mana? No terrifying Nudale core. I mean, those guys I just played against, they were... I've never seen anybody that was this afraid of a Nudale core. No idea what was going on in that last game. That was so weird. Like, may I also point out that there was a 5 damage removal spell that was used on my Luther core instead of like literally anything else on the board. Which is kind of like, what? What is even going on? This is a Rogue Rack deck, isn't it? Oh, now I have to play with commander damage. Oh, fucking kill me. Oh. My life is one of misery. A life full of misery and having to deal with commander damage. They prevented your 1 damage attack. Right, I was deflecting Palm on my Ludale core, so I can't loot. Oh, I don't know what was going on in that last game. Very confusing. Oh man, I am done. I'm not gonna do anything more with MTGO. I thought this might be a good way for us to like just play the game together a little bit or just get some, but this is not working. This is not a better solution than Spell Table. Oh, we have done it. Yay, a soul ring. Alright, grab this. We'll play this right now so we can then crew it with the Kiora next turn. That's it, I'm already done. This is the god that another creature you own dies, return to you unless target opponent pays 3 life. Interesting. I like Smuggler's Copter. It's just kind of like a cool little card. It's a very iconic Magic card, which I think is something I enjoy. Made nothing? No land, nothing. Okay, do your thing. I'm glad we get to try out Smuggler's Copter. I've been wanting to try out this card for a while now. Like, I think it's good. I think it's cool. I just haven't had a chance to really give it a shot. I've been thinking about making a video about Ether Drift. Because I think the lore of Magic and like the story around it, I think it's cool. I enjoy it. And I think it might be like a fun little idea to do a little ranking of all of the Ether Drift racing teams. I don't know if that's something anybody else cares about. I was thinking about like ranking them according to like how fun they would be to play Commander with or some shit like that. I don't know, I just feel like there's so much negativity online surrounding Magic, and maybe that's just because that's like the easy thing for content creators to do. But I don't like it, because I like Magic, I think it's very cool, I don't want to be too negative about it. Alright, we've got our guy, that's fine. Alright, both players missed land drops. Okay. I mean, I guess. Alright, we have successfully played an island. I'm on Cat and Kaladesh, with two of my favorite places in the multiverse. Kaladesh has been renamed, right? Like, what is it called now? Oh, I forgot the name of it. But I also saw, like, videos where, you know, it's just the usual right-wing idiots that are just complaining about everything. They're just like, what? Kaladesh renamed? Just because it's a slur? And I found that to be like really interesting because people are just like so mad about something they weren't even mad about to begin with, you know? Like, do you think any of these people were like originally incredibly passionate about Kaladesh being named specifically Kaladesh? Right? Like, no, they didn't give a shit. Why would they give a shit? Who cares? We get rid of this. Avishkar, right? That's what it's called now, Avishkar. I definitely get rid of the Mirror Hole Mimic. I mean, next turn I'm probably just using this. I guess I get rid of an island. All right. Crew you. We attack you. We draw on this card. All right. Just get rid of the island again. And like they even give like an in-universe reason, right? So like there's like a lore story reason. I honestly feel like the biggest problem, the biggest mistake Wizards made, well, not really a mistake, but like that's like the funny thing, right? Like imagine Wizards had never given their justification why they renamed Kaladesh into Avishkar. Like just hypothetically, like let's say they never give that justification. Do you think the people that are upset about this rebranding now would even have noticed? Like, do you think they would then be upset about it? No, right? They would not give a shit. Hey, Alesha. I like Alesha. I want to build a deck around her. Mm-hmm. What have we blasted? Alesha? Crip swap? The Alesha? Okay, I mean, I guess. Just like for no reason whatsoever. As usual, commander players being unnecessarily aggressive with their removal. Hey, we found a Fibblefib. Let's put down this island. What are we doing here? I think we're just playing the Ludo. We're playing the Fibblefib. Let's play the Fibblefib first. Alright, just an island. Alright, let's play the... I should actually wait until after combat. Alright, so we crew the Fibblefib. We go into combat. I think I attack here. And I attack here. Yeah, we're just poking for some damage, you know, nothing crazy. But I always think, you know, like you gotta get your damage in while you can. 40 life is so much. Can I tell you what my #1 change would be to Commander if I had complete control over the rules? Let me change one thing about Commander. I would lower life totals from 40 to 30. I think the game would just be universally better with that change. But I have a lot of ideas for it. I also think we don't need 100 card decks. I think 80 would be fine. 60 is probably a little too small. I kind of like the inconsistency that you get with deck sizes that big. But I think 100 is just too big because a lot of people struggle to properly shuffle 100 card decks. So I think 100 cards is actually just like a wrong choice of deck size for Commander because the physical cards, the pile of cards becomes too large and a lot of people struggle to properly, like, handle them. And I just see that as like a mild problem. I feel like we can do better. You know what I mean? Do we do with a Wake of Waves here or do we play the Luda? I think we play the Luda. I could have played this and actually... No, I couldn't have. Yeah, I only had free attack if I play this. No, we do that next turn. Alright, I will play the Luda. And that's it. I'm done. This is my usual secret technique of just actually having enough lands. Like, this is honestly, like, my secret technique to succeeding at Commander is I just play 40 lands. I actually have a bunch of decks where I feel like I need to increase the land count to 40. I used to be a 38 person, but I'm actually, like, leaning more towards 40 these days. Depends a little bit on how many bounce lands I play. In this deck I play none. I want to build a mono white deck next. I really like this mono blue deck. I would like to build a mono white deck, but I have not found a commander that I like. Do you guys have any like mono white commanders that you think are good? Or like not good, but like interesting? Sure, play your dude. Whatever. Most powerful thing you can do in Magic is play land every turn and spend all your mana. Exactly. You just do your stuff every turn, right? You just go for your plays every turn. Make sure that you're always kind of like building a board and you chill. Well, admittedly, the most powerful thing you can do in Magic is actually to just like fucking slam fast mana, right? And then just like play Rhystic Study and Thassa's Oracle. But like, I mean, who cares about that? You might be powerful, but that doesn't make you any less of a wiener. You make Frost. Make your Frost, buddy. So that's hitting me? Yeah. I mean, I'm actually pretty happy about that, because I don't think that fella is gonna block my Kiora with the Endreg, so I can get the invasion flipped. Is that what we're doing? We're flipping the invasion? I think we should be flipping the invasion. I don't know what else to do, really. Alright, this draws us some cards. I would like you to defend it. Let's draw us some things. Oh, nice, we got a Wayfarer's Bauble. I don't think I need the Spellgyre if I got a Refute. But I like the Wayfarer's Bauble because it's just like another thing to do this turn. Alright, we use Fibblethip. Game. Oh my god, this is so laggy. Is this better? Is the problem that I am in Europe? Am I just always on an American server, or why is it so slow? Alright, we just crew one. I like that it's crew one. Smuggler's Copter is just a very good card, isn't it? So I'm just gonna take the risk that Kiora gets blocked here. I think that's fine, even if she gets blocked, I don't really care that much. Do I? Actually, I kind of would like to keep a blocker open. Because I can't just hit this with the Smuggler's Copter and the Looter. Yeah, I think I'm fine skipping out on the one... On the one loot from the Looter, and that way I can keep the Kiora back. That seems okay with me. Yes, I would like to draw. Put this away. Because the way things are looking, I should actually be able to get myself an octopus next turn. And I think that would be pretty good. Oh, in the UK, an MTGO seems very slow at the moment. Is this just not the moment thing? Was it better in the past? I don't know. Honestly, I'm just like too new to properly know that, but for me this is just actually like, it's just unplayable, kind of. Which is a shame. If this client just wasn't so super laggy, I think it would be fine. It wouldn't be great, but it would be fine. But the constant lag is a problem. What's she gonna do? Okay, so that's a recent problem, alright. Maybe I should just ask in the Discord sometime. Maybe there's like something we can do. One problem that this deck has is that it just like can't really finish that well. It takes a long time. John Oh No is just like the world's biggest cockatrice enjoyer. Guys, don't worry. We've been trying to attack this for approximately 2 minutes. Just average Magic the Gathering Online wait times. The usual experience. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. Gotta pee. I mean, who knows when this is gonna finish loading. Did we do it? Did we hit him? Nope, still didn't hit him. Will we ever do it? Oh, this guy's disconnected. It's lost connect. I give up. I give up, friends. Alright. Oh, yeah. I am. Who cares, right? Ain't over. Tons of people complaining MTGO has been virtually unplayable. Are they? Wait, let me check the Discord. Okay, apparently it's a thing they're looking into. Yeah, there are other people complaining and they're looking into it. Alright. Okay, friends, what are we doing then? I think this guy is not it. How do I finish? That's my problem. Like, Ooh, you know what I actually found to be interesting? There is a colorless overrun. Did you guys know that? The Dragon Throne of Tarkir. Equip creature as defender, and for 2 mana you can tap it. Other creatures you control gain trample and +X until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. So for 4 mana initially, you can start for 4 mana and then 3 mana and then 2 mana. So total of 9 mana you can overrun people. And I was thinking like maybe it makes sense because we have the 8/8 octopus, but it's just too much mana, right? I think this is asking for too much. Like, we're just never gonna actually get there. It's too expensive. So I feel like this is not necessarily the right way to go. Well, we don't have much time left today. Do you guys just want to see if we can come up with a couple more quests? The way I usually do it is I random a card and then see if it has anything that I find interesting or inspiring. Wait, this card is cool. Convoke when it enters with a flying card on each creature that convoked it. Interesting. Would be better if you could go by then play that though. Yeah, I mean the Dragon Throne thing I don't think is very good. I just think it's kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure what like a good mono blue finisher is. Like, how do you actually win? That's my question a little bit. Because my current plan is kind of like maybe Mirror Box, make a bunch of octopuses. I don't know. Aminatus, Augury a couple of times. Like, what are the really big, scary finishers in blue? But they should also, like, feel like they fit. Alright, is there anything we can do here? Convoke something, that's too difficult. Maybe tap a creature to pay a cost? That seems okay, that seems passable. That seems doable. What makes a card a good win condition? I mean, to me, the premium win conditions are always just overruns, but like, it just needs to be something that lets you kind of get some burst in. What a deck like this is pretty good at doing is it's pretty alright at getting the game into like a state where you are just sort of fine, right? Like you've got a couple of creatures on the board, your opponents are 20 life each, but you've got control over the situation. And when I'm in those situations, I always wonder like, okay, well, what is my best way of actually killing them now? Because I want to end this. How do I deal like 60 damage all at once? Again, in blue, in green, you can just overrun people, so that's easy. In blue, I find that to be a bit more difficult. Alright, tap a creature to pay a cost, seems fine. What does this do? Chimeric Mass X artifact. Enters with X charge counters on it. At the end of turn, it becomes a construct artifact creature with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of charge counters on it. Interesting. You could make quests pay 10 or more mana into an X cost spell. So the quests are supposed to be achievable. Like, that's an important thing. They're not supposed to be super difficult. The goal is that you can fulfill 5 quests in an evening. Right? So paying 10 mana into an X cost spell is really difficult, actually. Do I have anything with an X cost spell yet? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I have 5. I have 5. And spend 10 mana in a single turn. I think I already did quests for this. Or like for cards like this. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has protection from green. This effect doesn't remove green ward. Why would it? Oh, this is such a funny card. Green ward. Enchant creature. A target creature gains protection from green. The protection granted by green ward does not destroy green ward. That second line of text is not necessary. Right? Because green ward is not green. This second line of text exists entirely because people would be possibly confused because the card is called Green Ward. Is that it? If someone turns Green Ward green, it might be. I'm pretty sure, like this gotta be, right? Like this card has to be the way it is. Purely from, this is purely an explanation thing. It has to be just an explanation thing. Okay, wait, I need to make a Moxfield list really quick. Weird cards. None. What a strange little thing. I don't think I can take anything from this, but yeah. I probably added that to avoid confusion, but it is game relevant if someone plays Painter 7. So it does have an actual gameplay effect now, but I would guess that this was originally just written there purely like to kind of like avoid confusion. That's why this card had this effect. And then they later errated it to be in line with modern card text. And instead of leaving out the explanatory line, they actually made it a gameplay thing. Right? That's gotta be what happened, which is so weird. What a strange little card, Green Ward. Okay. Seeker of the Way. Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Seeker of the Way gains lifelink until end of turn. Is trigger prowess a thing? We could use a non-creature spell to trigger an ability. Trigger a card ability by casting a non-creature spell. That seems fine. Alright, what else? Dark Blast. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Dredge free. I mean, I am. This is not a particularly inspiring card, I think. It's got a funny little lizard, I guess. Werewolf Pack Leader. Pack Tactics. Whenever Werewolf Pack Leader attacks, if you attacked with creatures with total power 6 or greater this combat, draw a card. Wait a second. 4 mana until end of turn. Werewolf Pack Leader has base power and toughness 5/3 against trample and isn't a human? Wait, is this card just okay? I've never seen this before. It's in 0% of decks, so yeah, but like, it's a 2 mana 3/3. That's like, this seems actually pretty alright, no? Alright. I'm just gonna put this in here. I'm making another list. I think this card might be good. Does it have like funny printings? No. Genuinely, I feel like this card is actually pretty okay. Because that's not that difficult to trigger, right? And it's a 2 mana 3/3. That's a big body. Like, sure, it needs to be in mono green probably, but still. Shelob, Child of the Ongoliath. This? What's wrong with this text? It's a modern card, right? A creature dealt damage this turn by a spider you control dies. Create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a food artifact with 2 mana, sacrifice it. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what's the problem. Wellspring. It's just this. When Wellspring comes into play, gain control of Enchanted Land. At the end of each of your turns, lose control of Enchanted Land. At the beginning of each of your turns, gain control of Enchanted Land. That's kind of a funny one. I actually kind of like it. Control 4 more different permanent types on your battlefield. I like that one. I'm not sure if I have it already, but if I don't have it, we can definitely add it. Yeah. Seems I don't have it yet. Controlled permanents with at least 4 different permanent types. I feel like that phrasing is a little bit awkward. Get to share land with an opponent. Yeah, I think it's a cool card actually. I think it's fine. Control permanents with at least 4 different permanent types. Off, at least. That seems weird. Control. Have 4 different... Control at least 4 different permanent types. I think this is actually fine. I think that's actually all it needs. Like, I think it's clear what it means, right? Like, so that's okay. I think this is a very funny card. Path of Metal. When a Gust Cloak Harrier becomes blocked, you may untap it and remove it from combat. kind of a funny one. It's just kind of like, I'm not actually... Thriving Heath, choose. Is choose one too vague? Like if I literally just write choose one. I think that's a really funny one. Because there are lots of cards that say choose one, right? So you complete this quest if you choose one. But it might be, well, it would definitely be clearer. It would definitely be more helpful to people if it like actually said like play a card that lets you choose one. Choose a color. Look at target player's hand and choose a card of that color from it. That player discards that card. Well, that doesn't seem very good. They've been to LGS's Friday Night Magic. If it's not 1 versus 1, can you have a quest to attack multiple opponents? So this is all for Commander. So these quests, okay, let me explain this again. So the way this works is basically, I do this for my local, like, Friday Night Magic in my local game store. And the way it works is everybody signs up for Friday Night Magic and then they're given one of these sheets. And each of these sheets has 6 quests on them, out of which they have to fulfill 5, or can fulfill up to 5. Only 5 are counted. And for each quest that they fulfill, they get their name added into a raffle at the end of the night, and they can win some booster packs that way. And the quests, they all kind of like straightforward, silly stuff that hopefully everybody can complete. Right? So it can be stuff like trigger an effect or play a card in your upkeep 2 times. So it can be cards that just like require you to do stuff, do gameplay things. But then I also have cards, have effects that are silly, like control a creature that looks like it should have a keyword but doesn't. I'm sure you can think of something, right? So it's just kind of like a way to make a more structured Friday Night Magic Commander experience that is fun. That's it. It's nothing too crazy. It's just a simple little thing. Alright, I'm down with choose one or more. So it can also be silly stuff like this. Yeah, I think I already have something with attack multiple players though. Attack each opponent at the same time. Right? Although I think probably this should be attack 2 opponents at the same time. And then maybe we should make one that is just attack each opponent at the same time. So we've got a bunch of, like, a few pieces of technology. Like, we've got these little boxes which we can use to communicate something has to be done multiple times. And again, like I also have a couple of things that are stuff like this. Like ask an opponent to exchange a random card from each of your hands. If they agree, do so. You may both spend mana of any color to play those cards. Or after the mulligan, show the other players the cards in your hand. Like some silly things like this are fine. Or control something edible. There's also many that I think are, that I keep very deliberately kind of vague in what they mean. I don't want to be too specific, so that people can interpret it a little bit, which I think is good. Also, I just noticed it's 5 p.m. All right, friends. That's it for today. Unfortunately, not as successful as I wanted it to be because MTGO is a piece of garbage and doesn't work properly. So that's unfortunate, but it is how it is. I will see you guys next week. We will try doing Spell Table again. We're gonna go back to that. We've experimented with a couple of other things now, but I think Spell Table really was the way to go. So,